What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? So if you have noticed, this week I've not been uploading all the three individual battles. It's because I've been a little bit busy. So that's why what I decided is that I'll do a summary of this week's Crucible. So we've just ended the week. So I actually went 3-0. You can see right here. So yeah, we won. This is the last fight that we won, and we actually got promoted to Diamond 2. So all these fights were actually in Diamond 1, and we managed to get the promoter Diamond 2 by going through the wall. So this is where we ended up. Right. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go through each individual um uh fight, go through what I did on the first glance, and then I'll take and pick a few fights to actually look into. So yeah, hopefully this is a format that you guys will like, and yeah, let's get started with it. Right, so this is what I did for stage one, for first fight. So we faced against this guy whose name I can't pronounce. It's a kind of a punch cross. We won. I show you the score right on the screen right here. So first round we made a mistake of using Deathpool. Deathpool speeds the other new warriors up, which doesn't allow your ability blockers to go, and that can cause problems when you start taking the young Avengers down below 50, and Squirrel does a thing and everything. So in there, we sub her out. We use whoever, Dormammu and Silver Surfer and Emma to clear the win for us. Second one, we use the Secret Avengers with Nick Fury instead of Maria Hill and Shang-Chi against Rebirth. That was pretty good. The third fight is Deathseed. We used it against Bounty Avengers, pretty efficient. The fourth fight, we used, since there's no unlimited X-Men, we just use Gamma against the X-Men, the astonishing X-Men. On the fifth fight, and this is the fight that we'll look through a little bit later. This fight, this is the Tangle Web Eternals with Hela. So this is a mirror. We did this into the team with Emma. So Emma's the fifth. So we're going to look at it a little bit more later. And last but not least, we will look at this is MOE. Right, so as you can see right here, this is a slight punch down. So this so the main thing is that if you have Hela on your side, what's gonna happen is that because Greg dies and reduces the speed bar from the opponent, your Weaver will go first. Or your Weaver will go before their Weaver. So as you'll see right here. So obviously 2099 will go take their turns and everything, their opening turns. So then there goes mine. And then because of the Greg, we go first, and then we can put the stun on the Weaver. And because the charges are up, we'll be able to survive all the onslaught from Icarus and Cersei. So no damage done, everything. And then we of course use the ultimate from Cersei to get the slow. So right here, I was just debating whether I wanted to use the ult from Icarus because I was afraid that I'll kill Weaver, and if I kill Weaver at this moment, she'll revive and everything. Whereas I want to get the kill straight with either Hela's ult or any attack from Weaver. So in the end, we didn't kill. Weaver was able to take a turn, use the special, and at the same time, we managed to actually take out 399 as well. So that killed two birds with one stone. And after this, we just fight it out. It takes a little while. You might get some good RNG. You might get a kill with Weaver, and then that prevents the revive and stuff. So yeah, you just gotta fight it out. Unfortunately, that is how it is for now. Especially there is a huge debate whether it is better to use the Tango Web Eternals on offense or on defense. And to be honest, it is an individual choice. It is very roster dependent. I would say this is the one thing I would say though, is that are you able to sacrifice two A tier offensive teams, your Tango Web and your Eternals, and making the one super team and still get through everything? So I think it's a very individual choice. It's hard for me to like give suggestion. So it is very up to you. you put on defense, you have to have a way to actually beat this team on defense if you see one. So that's why I would like to always like tell people, are you able to actually beat this team? So anyway, yeah, this is a pretty drawn out fight, but it always is. We can move on to the next one. All right. So this is the second fight. Unfortunately for us, our opponent GowPrime, he did not actually attack, so we actually got the free win, and that was pretty helpful because actually, if you look at my attacks, you see later I did mess up one of my rooms. Deathseed versus the Rebirth, pretty easy fight. Um, the mirror. Because Nick Fury, you will use a special first, and the AI Nick Fury use the ultimate, he will always be faster than them. And with the combination of like Shang-Chi and Captain Sam, they don't take a turn. As you can see, it's 25 5 turn efficiency. The only turn that they took was a Castro that went straight for nuke on my Sharon Carter and almost killed her off. So this is where I kind of messed up. I didn't really mess up. My teams were not big enough, and I tried this team, and I had to. I backed out once. I had to leave it, and I had to clean up. The fourth team in room 4. So this is unlimited versus Gabadon versus unlimited, and I'll probably talk about this more later. Um, this is the Noir version, so we just use Undying with Tangle Web and Apocalypse because we can. And last and not least, room 6, obviously MOE and versus the War Dogs, and which we'll look at a little bit more later as well. So let's go into the fights. All right, so this is Masters of Evil with the 5th member, Moonstone, unlocked. So I just got it unlocked after the event last week. We're using them on about a 300k punch up almost. On the it's close to 300, like 290 K punch up on War Dogs. So yeah, I'm gonna look at see how this goes. What Moonstone brings to the table is focus and control. So if you had issues landing the slows on the special with Kang on your opening move, you may find that right now you landed a little bit better because of the focus boost. And of course the control, the stun, and the speed reduction from her abilities. So we want to target the area with the most like damage dealers. So since Nakia and BP 1 million is here, we go for them. And then what you want to do is always to keep your character revive in range for kill. So usually with the ult from Moonstone, you want to slow your key targets and also stun them. Alright, we're just priming for kill right now. So you can do that just to make sure that later when Kang does his attack, we are ready for the to beat them without reviving. So you see right over there, Ultron managed to one shot BP 1 million, and Kang unfortunately just a slither of health wasn't able to finish him off. But it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna beat them up. As the MOE, the Masters of Evil do. So I think that's pretty interesting. I think that they're definitely the team to beat. I mean, they're definitely the team to use to beat the War Dogs. So I think, yeah, definitely invest into them. If there's a character you want to invest more above anything else, it's definitely Kang. So yeah, Kang definitely needs to be invested if you really want the big punch ups. I'm gonna move on to the unlimited team. All right, right here we're gonna use Gamma with Dormammu instead. Dormammu instead of OG Hulk. So the reason why we use OG Hulk is very simple. When Gamma gets hit, OG Hulk gains speed bar, and in general you might think that is a good thing, but because of the speed bar, Hulk's gonna take a lot of turns, and with the additional turns, the problem is that you're going to encourage Gambit to use his passive ping and hit you, and you'll find that Gambit will be taking because you're taking more turns, Gambit will ping you more. So that's why he is subbed out um for Dormammu in this unlimited fight. So we're very not getting the ability block on Braun was pretty good. We're also very lucky that the Gambit wasn't next to Rogue. Then right here, want to steal some buffs. I recommend always stealing from Sunfire because Sunfire has the offense up. Sorry. And then in this fight, you just have to trust yourself, trust your team, and try to fight it out. Of course, one part of it is that you have to hope that Red Hulk gets hit as much as possible so that he is able to pop off. So because of the taunt, unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. So we just use the special. As much as possible, when you use the Brawn out, use it on Rogue. And right now, Red Hulk should be able to get his ultimate going. Yeah. So the tide turns dramatically once he puts the battlefield effect on. Alright, Dormammu, as you can see, he's gonna take a lot of damage. He's gonna be very close to dying, but he has quite an impressive health pool. So, it's not the end yet. So it just as long as the Red Hulk is alive, just go at it and it all work out. Red Hulk is pretty strong, one of the best characters in CC. Unfortunately, can't do anything much about it. Because we're still stuck behind the Rogue taunt. All right, at this stage, if you can, right, use the special on Rogue, because this will prevent the revive. So you don't go through the double step of killing her twice. So you see right here, we had a very clutch ultimate from Dormammu, which definitely helped out a lot. And then it's just easy pickings, get everyone off the field, and yeah, then you're done. So I mean, there is a bit of RNG here. If Dormammu dies, it's gonna be much uglier than it would be here. So don't just join Dormammu and hope miracles happen. Your Dormammu needs to be of decent size. Mine is level 86, G16, ISO Blue 3, so he has decent bulk. Could be better, but I think for what it is, pretty good. Right, and there is this fight. So I think that's it for the second fight. We're gonna move on to the third and final round. All right, for the third and final round, we are facing against SongPiew. SongPiew is 31 million TCP. So these are my attacks. The SA Castro, Nick Fury, Shang-Chi team against Browning Avengers. Pretty cool. Deathseed versus Deathseed. The mirror, you talk about it. This YA Dom team, this is a little bit ugly. We'll talk about it as well. Yeah, this is a pretty big Dormammu, as you can see. It's ISO Blue 4, so that was not an easy fight. Since there was no unlimited, we used the Gamma team here. So this is the Emma variant. So we used the mirror, but with Hela instead. And last but not least, MOE once again. MOE always pops up here. So we're gonna look through the two fights that we've just mentioned. All right, so this is the Deathseed fight. So Deathseed versus Deathseed. The mirror, as you see, is a little bit of a punch up, but we still managed to do very, very well in efficiency, and I'll show you how to do it. So here's the thing, all right? Both Magnetos are going to ult. Both of them are going to land the blinds on each other. It's what you do next to cleanse the buff, the blinds, that really determines whether you actually do this cleanly. So you would notice. Magneto's ult is unavoidable. Cannot miss. If I'm not wrong, that's the wording. So what that means that even if you go first and blind their Magneto, that Magneto will still blind you. You can see right now. So sorry for the bar at the bottom. So the Magneto goes next. So here's what you must do. Notice that the AI Archangel does his ult, which does nothing. You will have to special with your Archangel to cleanse the blind. And that is the first step to clearing him out. Or to clearing the team out. So as you see, Dark Beast is gone right now. Ability block, as much as possible, try to ability block Psylocke, because Psylocke has an ult that can cleanse and throw it all back at you. So you don't want the blinds back at you, right? So yeah, there's no need to worry about Nemesis. Just do the ability block on Psylocke, and you're pretty good. And then from there, I say go after Nemesis. So leave Psylocke there for a while, go after Nemesis. And Nemesis is dead. And then from here, you can start to take out the Psylocke. If you don't have speed up, use the special. If not, just use the ultimate. You see right here, we're just letting nature take its course, finish off with the Archangel ult, and we are done. So yeah, pretty efficient fight. No fast. As long as you know what to do at the beginning to flip your debuffs and who to land the ability block on, you're Gucci. You're good. So yeah, let's move on to the last fight. All right, so this last fight, this is where we use so obviously Dormammu G17, pretty big. So I thought, you know what? Let's bring my own Dormammu in. And I wanted to actually utilize the 60% damage from Apocalypse to actually kill off Dormammu, who has such a big health pool. Unfortunately, a lot of things went wrong, and we actually talk about it here. So the one thing that you notice that I dropped Death Pool. As I mentioned earlier, Death Pool messes a lot of the meter for the new warriors. You want your ability blockers to go first, basically. So here's the thing, right? As I mentioned, I wanted my ability blockers to go first. Something happens right here. I have two ability blockers right here. Apocalypse and Omega Red. Watch what happens. Resisted. Doesn't matter. Omega Red is resisted again. So you know what? I was like, okay, let's just go as per normal. So just go ham at it. So we managed to stun with Dormammu. That's pretty good. And then we had to. So my plan was actually to put the ability block on Squirrel Girl and stun Kate, because Kate's passive can blind, and that can be very annoying. So we managed to get Miss Marvel's first life down. Just had to live this out. So that was painful, but we can still survive. Sorry, I moved my mouse by accident. So yeah, we're taking a lot of damage, but we're still fine right now. So here's the thing that happened, right? I actually wanted to flip the immunity into disrupt for Dormammu, but because we have three not mutants, sorry, mystics on our team, we were not able to actually flip it, and that actually cost us a little bit of efficiency later, as you'll see why. So I'm just here thinking of what I want to do. Right? So I see he still has the immunity, and that is a big problem. right? So right here, because you know, either one will get too much damage, right? So we use the ult especially for the healing, and you see that he goes under stealth, which was possible because he didn't have any disrupt. And at this moment in time, I couldn't use the empower basic on him. If I used the empower basic on him, Dormammu would have died. And so I'm thinking, who should I take? In there, I went for Squirrel Girl. I didn't want her to heal. And this is where it gets a little bit iffy. I was so close to killing him off. Then Dormammu does something. He does his ult. And that kind of messes a lot of things up. As you'll see why. So Apocalypse died because Apocalypse doesn't have the revive. And then I actually slogged through the last part of the fight. So in there we did get through it, but it was very, very ugly. Um yeah. I think that YA and Dom is a tough team to fight. Would I recommend it as a defense? Not really. But you know, I can see the value of this team being annoying. The YA themselves have high sustain, and to give them revive just makes them a little bit more annoying. So yeah, that's three fights. We are gonna just do a final summary. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do for in preparation for next week. So since we're in Diamond 2, I am prepared to get my butt spanked. It is the way. You know, and I if I drop it the Diamond 1, so be it. Um, But one thing I'm gonna do is actually to beef up my war dogs. And you may be wondering why beef up your war dogs if they're gonna be countered by the Masters of Evil. Well, here's the thing: if your war dogs or your Wakandans are big enough, then the Dark Hole counter that people were using before the nerf to Dark Hole is not as effective, and so people are forced to use MOE in room 6. And sometimes even and yes, you can say MOE still like cleans them up. And yes, that's true, but you are preventing people from using MOE elsewhere in room 4, in room 3, in room 2, against like unlimited and stuff like that. So in the end, sometimes you can see that as a win because you are forcing your opponent to use his team somewhere, and then he doesn't have that option to use elsewhere. So I'm gonna beat them out a little bit. Were they not to G16? Not really. Especially not the mystic people. Maybe the skill characters I'll consider. But anyways, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. If you like this way of format of these Crucible videos, do let me know. Let me know if it's anything that you also like to discuss or anything that I like to bring up. Maybe something I've said wrong. And also and as well, all these attacks are actually filmed live on Twitch. So if you'd like to see me film in real time, do follow the link below, the Twitch link, and also like this video and subscribe to the channel. But other than that, until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, be good to yourselves and the people around you, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.